Hey, welcome to PGF Racing. Today we're going to look at when was Revelation written and why many believe that Revelation was written during the reign of Domitian. In particular, majority of Christians or even non-Christians believe Revelation was written in around 95 AD during Domitian's reign. And we're going to find out why that belief stands and can it hold water per se. And let's look. So first, some background information to think about. We're going to read below this information to think about. Domitian, whose full name was Titus Flavius Caesar Domitianus Augustus, lived from AD 51 to AD 96. He was the younger son of Roman Emperor Vespasian and the brother of Emperor Titus. Domitian ruled as Roman Emperor from 81 AD until his assassination in 96 AD. Irenaeus, also known as a saint, lived during the 2nd century AD. He was born around 130 AD and died around 202 AD. He was a prominent early Christian theologian and bishop of Lugdunum in modern-day Lyon, France. Irenaeus is best known for his writings against heresies, particularly his works against heresies in which he refuted Gnostics' teachings and defended Orthodox Christian doctrine. Irenaeus, in his work against heresies, specifically in Book 5, Chapter 30, makes a passing reference to John in connection with Domitian. This exact statement attributed to Irenaeus is as follows, and this is why the basis for belief is basically option 1 over here. So we're going to look at it. So this is what Irenaeus said. But if it were necessary to proclaim his name, it would have been declared by him who saw that revelation. For it was not long ago, but almost in our generation at the close of Domitian's reign. So most people say, but if it were necessary to proclaim John's name, it would have been declared by John who saw the revelation. For the book of Revelation was seen not long ago, but almost in our own generation at the close of Domitian's reign. So that's the way they interpret it. However, the Greek allows for option number 2. And we'll look about that a little bit here. This passage is often interpreted to suggest that John, the author of the book of Revelation, was alive during the reign of Domitian. It implies that John was the one who witnessed the revelation mentioned in the book of Revelation. However, it's important to note that Irenaeus doesn't provide extensive details about John's activities during Domitian's reign. And the interpretation of this passage has been a subject of debate among many scholars, or even laymen. As far as I know, this is the only evidence most cite to indicate that Revelation was written in the mid-90s, not the 60s. That is the years 0090 AD or 0060 AD, not like the 1990s or 1960s for those who are learning historical dates. Now let's write the phrase above and a little easier to understand possibilities. Option 1, it is referring to the book of Revelation, or option 2, that same Greek word, it, can mean he, referring to John. So it could also be translated this way just as easily. But if it were necessary to proclaim John's name, it would have been declared by John, who saw the revelation. For he was seen not long ago, but almost in our own generation at the close of Domitian's reign. Now let's think about this for a moment. If he meant the book of Revelation was almost in Irenaeus' generation, it really doesn't make much sense because the Revelation, the book, was already there in both generations. However, if he was referring to John and that he almost lived to our generation, Irenaeus', that line of thinking or phrase to me makes a little more sense. Also, the fact that Revelation has writings referencing a standing temple. If it was written in 95 AD, after the destruction of the temple, it would be strange for Jesus to tell John to measure something that doesn't exist. With this in mind, I believe Revelation was written in the 60s. Let's look at that verse here. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not. For it is given unto the Gentiles in the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. So 3.5 years, the Gentiles were going to destroy Jerusalem and the temple. It was going to be trodden down. So how can this be in the future after it's already been destroyed? It doesn't make sense. In the Greek text against heresies, you can see the different Greek words here. So something to think about. As always, if you'd like to read more about different subjects like these, visit pgfracing.com. Take care. Love you lots. PGF Racing out.